What's up, guys? It's your boy Zowoki back out with another of the Chris Watts videos to add to our collection of content and evidence that hopefully one day will bring 100% justice to this case. I'm glad you're here, Zowokians, and we are going to get into the mystery of the Chris Watts truck. Now, I was watching again pretty much when he showed up, coming from Nicole Atkinson calling him in or calling the police. The police asked him to come in and pretty much help out, figure out where Shanann is. And I just kind of was looking at it. I'm like, they didn't even look at the truck. Like the first 90% of the time, they look at the spouse in a mystery missing purse case, and usually it's the spouse that's either the man or the woman. I've seen it both ways. Is the one at fault. So shouldn't they have kind of done some looking? Well, they didn't do really much of anything. So with that being said, we're going to get into the mysteries of the work truck of that is Chris Watts. And before we go any further, if you guys could do me a solid favor, which almost 50,000 of you guys have become Zowokians, and I'm so proud and so honored for all of you guys. But for those that are watching that have not subscribed, make sure you guys subscribe right now by hitting that white bar icon down the bottom right. Hit the bell icon next to it. So when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I posted that video. And you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you so very much. Like I said before, I'm honored, I'm privileged, and blessed to have all of you guys. We are 50,000 almost strong, and we're going to continue to get till we get that 100K goal. But I can't do it without you guys. We're going to be watching two YouTube channels that have posted this video. I've seen it on multiple different YouTube channels, but the ones that we're going to be watching is from Our World TV and Murder Mystery. So if you guys, they posted them 5 years ago, but again, YouTube doesn't take a holiday. It continuously goes on. Go over to their channels. Links are in the description for these videos. Give them some love. Watch their old stuff. Watch their new stuff. You know the deal. Give them the love that they deserve. So, but before we go any further, I would like to take a look at some of the pictures. We're going to take a look at them again in these videos, but there's just some things I want us to focus on. And let's take a look at those. So if we fully look at this door, or the doors being open, Chris Watts stated that he had Bella and Celeste in the back seat with Shanann underneath their feet. Shanann was 15 weeks pregnant. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about Shanann in this, but she was pregnant. So she was a little bit thicker. She had her baby bump. And with her being a little bit thicker of a woman because she was pregnant at the time, there is no way in God's green earth that he was fitting her at the floorboards of this truck. There's no way. There's no way. Even on the cameras, you would have seen him struggling. You would have seen both doors open. You would have seen this. You don't see this. Now, if you get a closer look at the back seat, if we take a look at a little bit more in depth here with the Ford pickup truck that, which is diesel, by the way, which will come in handy here in a second. He said that Celeste and Bella were sitting next to each other. They were like, not condoling themselves together, but they were holding each other and comforting each other. And kind of Celeste was sleeping in Bella's lap. So we could say that they were on the the right side, so Chris could see them. Because Chris said he could turn around and see them. So I would say that they were back on the right side. Where he said that Bella's feet was on top of his mother, or on top of their mother's head, which was covered in bags. And then Shanann was in a sheet. Where would you fit Shanann in this row? Let me blow it up a little bit bigger for you. How are you going to fit a 33-year-old woman, 32-year-old woman, 15 weeks? You can probably push the chair a little forward, but how in green heavens, not green heavens, but how in the heavens are you going to fit a pregnant woman on the floorboards of that truck with the girls on there? Now, the bigger question is they said, well, he probably put her in the back of the bed. Where? Where are you going to put Shanann in the back of this bed of this truck with these 3 different containers, one being a diesel can in the front, which was that little, you can see the knob here. Let me get myself a green circle here. Okay, here's my green circle. So if you look right here, this nozzle is to the diesel tank that's right in the back here. This is all green, or this is hose for possibly more for fluids. I don't see any air. This is mostly for, it looks like possibly gas, not like gas, but like propane gas. We have a gas can, which usually or 90% of the time, gas cans are indicated by red. I think there's a couple countries that do blue, but yellow is diesel, which you don't see any diesel cans. So why would he have diesel or gas cans inside of his diesel truck where he goes out to said Survey 319, where nothing out there is needed for gas purposes? Now we have 2 different bins here for tools, I'm guessing, as well. So where are you going to put Shanann in this area? He's stating that Shanann, I can bring this down, was put here. I can bring this better. He said that Shanann was here, Bella would have been here, and Celeste would have been here because they were holding each other, he said. So it could either be this side or this side, whatever have you, but they weren't separated. There wasn't a middle part where Shanann was, because he said that Bella's feet were on top of his mother's her head. You're not fitting a pregnant 15-week woman right here. There's no way. I am 35. There's no way you're fitting me there. Okay? Now, I went into more, again, if I look at it full way, there is no way you're fitting her in this section of the floorboards. There's just no way. And even the cameras, you don't see him struggling. He would have been struggling to put her here. And she's not in the back. So that's where our theory is that he took her out the back, which we looked at those sheets and the fence and so forth beforehand. Now, when you look even more into this truck, okay, you see the gas can that he had put in there the morning of the murders. Again, why are we putting a gas can in here when this is a diesel truck, a diesel location? You don't need gas. There's no gas trucks or things out there. You do have this diesel tank. But then I looked here, and you have 1 shovel, and you have another shovel. Why would you have 2 shovels? Now, you could possibly be that you would have extra shovels in case you were on site, one of them broke, you have an extra person out there as well. But lo and behold, that shallow grave that we looked at, this shallow grave that possibly was dug within 38 minutes. I mean, again, this is the hole that they dug to retrieve Shanann. But again, before this, when they walked up to the site, they stated that there was more footsteps. If I can bring this, there was more footprints around this area besides just one person. Now, this is, I would give or take, this is at least a 3 to 4 foot hole. So if you look at the shoe print, I'd say maybe 3.5 to 4 deep. You're not doing this in 38 minutes by yourself. So that's where the 2 shovels come into play. Why could there be 2 shovels in there? Just, again, for educational purposes, hear me out, that there could be, that's the reason why there's 2 of those in there. Now, looking at the tailgate, you see fingerprints. Now, these could be adult. But why are we not testing these fingerprints? Fingerprints everywhere. Fingerprints up here. Why are we not fingerprinting these? Just saying. I feel like I'm onto something, but at the same time, it could have been looked at and documented, but was it really documented? I'm not quite sure. So now we're going to take a look at those videos a little bit more, just overall. They have a couple more pictures here and there. So again, those links are down in the description for you guys to take a look at their other channels. It is Our World TV and Murder Mysteries. So give it a shot, take a look at them. But with that being said, let's take a look at these clips.
We might have a broken window here soon.
There's a lot of ice.
Yeah, that's called
Some
hail.
loud hail.
And poor Daddy's truck's getting beat up.
What?
You hear the noise that's hitting the window.
There's no way he put her in that truck. There's just no way.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Our World TV. I am sure you are familiar with the horrific tragedy of the Watts family case. If you are not familiar with the story, please check out our documentary we made covering the
Which there are people that still don't know about this case to this day.
full story on the Watts family listed in the description box down below or on the iCard
So if you want to find out the full story, you can either watch it on my channel or head to their channel and watch it there.
above. We wanted to discuss Chris Watts' truck. It appears that Chris's Ford Lariat work truck has appeared on a vehicle auction site called salvagenow.com, and the VIN number corresponds
Is it
to that in the discovery document.
being sold?
The auction site provides some interesting information
They
on this
sold it?
truck. It's categorized as a pickup truck and described as Caribou Metallic. It has 74,472 miles on the clock. I think that Chris's
Wow.
truck happens to be one of the most endearing mysteries of the Watts case. The truck was used as a hearse, so to speak, to transport the bodies of his pregnant wife and two dead children
think she
to
was
a
in there,
remote
though.
oil work site, where they were found days later. According to Watts, he placed all three bodies in the cabin section
no
of
way.
the truck, behind the front passenger seat, and the neighbor's surveillance video appears to corroborate this element of his story, that all three bodies were in fact loaded into the truck. He sadly disposed of his family and then threw them out like garbage so that he could pursue a new life with his mistress, Nicole. Chris Watts' truck plays an important role in connecting the one crime scene to the other. However, I find it strange that the interior of the truck appears to not have been made available to canine units, and that
Which is
part of the
another
investigation
shocker.
seems to be off the record.
Why?
According to the discovery document, the truck was an alternative fuel truck, so that means it was powered by compressed natural gas. This raises questions around the red gas tank Watts was seen loading and possibly
It said in
pouring
another thing it
into
was a
the bed
diesel
of the
truck.
early that Monday morning. Located in the front
I thought he was using the gas. I'm pretty sure he was using the gas cans because my theory was they were going to blow up the Survey 319 to make it look like an accident for insurance purposes because Anadarko was going under, and that's why they were going to get rid of Anadarko Survey 319 in September, but instead had to prolong it until December, and they dismantled it and destroyed that area.
passenger compartment was a roll of black plastic garbage bags.
Which
The
he put
front driver's seat and passenger seat were covered with canvas seat covers, which has now been removed as it does not appear in the photos on the website. In the rear seat of Chris's truck were two large plastic bins containing various items, including maps, paperwork, safety equipment, and work tools. Black rubber boots were found on the floor behind the front passenger seat. The front passenger seat is aligned differently and with the backrest slightly more downward compared to the driver's seat. The dashboard console is fitted with an apparatus to stow a work laptop. A disposable green cigarette lighter was seized from the door compartment on the passenger side of the truck.
Talked about that
It's not clear
lighter
who
before.
this belonged to, as neither Watts nor his wife smoked, or could it have belonged to his mistress
Somebody said that Nicole smoked.
or a co-worker? Who knows?
I mean, it could be a coworker.
This truck has been offered for sale, and any potential buyer should be made aware of the vehicle's history.
Just destroy
Whatever
it.
happened to the hair that was reportedly found in the truck?
There was hair
A
too.
crime journalist who had followed the case reported that hundreds of hairs were found in the truck. According to police sources, they had recovered hundreds, not
This is where the two shovels are.
handfuls, not one or two, but hundreds of strands of hair. And as
Why?
you can very well guess, this would have been very significant in terms of the forensic analysis trying to determine when exactly the victims passed away.
Yeah.
Therefore, I have to question this. Why was this ignored? This is really strange. If
Very
you have
strange.
not seen our other videos on the Watts case, please make sure to check them out. The links are in the description box down below. Thank you so much
Wow.
for watching. Please don't forget to follow us on all our social media.
Go check them out. They did a very fantastic job. So now we're going to watch this one. It might be just a little bit more insight and so forth, just looking at everything when it comes to this truck. So let's just give it a shot and take a look. Chris Watts' famous Ford F-250 pickup truck. Okay, is this... I'm wondering, hold on. So it was both. A Super Duty F1 or F250 was either powered by a gas-powered V8 engine or the remarkable V8 diesel engine. So it went both ways. But what was Chris's though? Huh, interesting. Having a clean title with 74,000 miles on it. But was it gas? I mean, it doesn't really matter, but the gas can that I thought was used for other purposes or was going to be used for other purposes. What if we type that? Okay, did it say engine V8 6.2 liter? Doesn't say if it was Doesn't say if it was gas or diesel. Multiple scratches. There was handprints on there. Hail damage. Cracked. Chipped. Well, it was a work truck. Does it say it? It says rear wheel, front wheel. First department, no safety, effective date. Rims, tire. PSI, so we got the tires. Doesn't say if it's gas or diesel. Looks like a gas engine. Because you have spark plugs, where the other one you have glow plugs. Cracked window shield. That's the same sticker. I would say, I want to say it's a gas one. But I could be wrong. So they cleaned it up and sold it. It should have just been crushed. Because to know what it was used for, would you drive it? No. Sell it? No. Scrap it? Yes. Destroy it. Oh, right here. Ford mission vehicle emissions control. It's a gasoline truck. So, I mean, he could have used the gas for the truck, but it could have been used for that purpose that I said before. Possibly. Not stating that it is, but just throwing that out there. Man, but you cannot tell me that she was put back here or she's put in the back there. There's just no way. So what are your guys' thoughts on this truck? Now that we know it's not diesel, it's actually a gas-powered truck. But the 2 shovels in the back. There was a rake back there because the rake was there in the back of the truck in the morning. But it was broken out at the site. He had 2 gas cans back there. There was that diesel can, or probably was gas too, but it looked like more like a diesel tank. But do you think that she was back there? I still to this day cannot be 100% certainty that she was put in the back of this truck. I've watched Nate's footage before, over and over and over. I don't see him carrying Shanann out. I don't see that back door opening up. It looks like he took his girls and threw them in his truck, and they just fall back there because I don't even think he had the car seats back there. He just buckled them in without seat belts because the car seats were in the Lexus. They had their feet on their mother that was already gone. Hypothetically. But again, we've looked at it before that those sheets were possibly ripped from the back of the house on the fence that had the chicken wire. So I'd love for you guys to tell me your thoughts on the work truck. Was the work truck that delivered Shanann out to Survey 319? Or was it just Chris and the girls? And there was a different truck, aka Nicole Kessinger's work truck, because the neighbors have stated that they saw that truck there that morning, which would give us the reason why Nicole Kessinger's phone pinged there that morning, why she doesn't have an alibi that morning, why she could have been there that morning, because they did state too later on that there was a mysterious woman going into the home and that Chris's sensors went off while he was going to Survey 319. Somebody was also still at the house. Again, this case is so jumbled up in the air with evidence, and yet we can't pinpoint it because the evidence that they did have was collected but never used. So like I said before, make sure you guys comment your guys' thoughts, opinions, theories. Please keep them positive. Please keep them genuine and respectful. I thank you guys for your time. Make sure you guys hit the like button to let me know that you guys still enjoy these videos and you love the channel. That like button helps out more than you guys know. And don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. So please take care, be safe, and as always, keep nerding on, and we'll see you guys in the next one.